Good morning, class. Good morning, professor. Today we will be talking about inspiring a shared vision, and this is our week 3 assignment. So without further ado, let's get to it. When we talk about inspiring a shared vision, inspiring a shared vision is a core leadership skills that I believe, as a leader, one must possess a high level of their core leadership skills. Having that, in addition to, having a domain knowledge, building soldiers. In my situation, this is leading by example and extending beyond the chain of command. So this involves, in order to have this high level in order to be able to inspire your subordinates, in my situation, in order to be able to inspire my soldiers, inspiration is achieved by making your subordinates have a clear imagination of how the future will be. And sharing the vision also outlines the specific steps that will be done to attain that dream. A leader can only inspire and share a vision by the effective use of significant security and satisfaction. The follower, I don't like to use the follower, your subordinates must feel important to the vision, which is very, very important. When you have an establishment, in my situation, when you have an army unit, your subordinates must feel as though that they are very, very important. Going down from the E1 soldier all the way up top to the first sergeant, to the XO, executive officer. Then me being at the top of the chain, the cohesion has to go both ways, to the sense that a soldier can feel that he or she is part of a mission, or he or she is an essential part of the team. And I like to when I talk to my soldiers, I like to that's a quote that I like to throw out every once in a while is, we are as strong as the rusty chain link, and we are as strong as the rusty link in the chain, in the sense that you, like it or not, you will be an essential part of this mission. And I like to stress this to my soldier, that this mission does not get completed, the readiness of this unit is not complete unless you are part of it, and you are an essential part of it. Not just part of it, you are an essential, you are a contributing factor of the mission success. And to not go kind of ramble back and forth, or one instance that I would like to point out was I just recently took command, and being a company commander is it has its merits and demerits, but at the same time, the reward outweighs I guess I'm not gonna call it demerits, but it's very fulfilling. And when I came in through the door, when we did a chain of command, a change of command, so to speak, my very first day in the unit, I noticed that we do have a structure, and the only way the unit moves forward and be successful in the mission readiness, the health and welfare readiness, as well as the overall success of our unit to the battalion unit going up to the brigade unit. So the structure, everybody has a role to play, and if my unit is not playing the role that we should be playing, it kind of makes it hard for the battalion to be able to carry out its vision and mission goals. So when I walked in the very first day, I felt that the structure was out of line. Everybody pretty much just felt like they was just there just to fit in. They were not being put in a position where they feel like their skill sets is being utilized to the best of their abilities, or to the best of the unit's success going forward. We have, admin personnel who is very, very good at doing admin stuff. We have him doing transportation stuff. And we have a transportation NCO that her area of expertise and her knowledge, her domain knowledge in transportation will be very useful to our transportation, the department of the unit. We have her doing supply slash being, supply slash maintenance, which I felt like it wasn't that everybody was not really, they were not really tapping into their skill sets. They were not really using their domain knowledge. So when I came in, we had a roundtable discussion, and everybody introduced themselves, and what their military career was, and just a brief bio. And what I noticed was just that. And as soon as that meeting ended, the next thing I did was call my battalion commander, who was my boss, who approves of everything that we do and everything that we fail to do. And I let him know that I was going to start shaking up some things, and it all benefits the success of the unit going forward. So what I did was put everybody in the position that they feel like their skill sets will be utilized to the best of the unit's success. And I feel like just 3 months into taking command, our metrics started looking better than it was. We were staying on top. We were above 80 on our medical metrics when I first got there. The metrics was borderline bad. I'm not sure if somebody did not think of it, but when I came, I was able to use those prior service experience and put everybody in the position that I see fit, and the position that I know that they can utilize their skill sets. So I think me doing what I did and thinking of it was risky, but at the same time I gave the soldiers the assurance that it is okay to fail. It is okay to drop the ball. But at the end of the day, when I ask you this one question, as long as you say yes, then I will take the heat for anything that completely goes wrong. One question only. When I ask you this, the response should be yes, sir. I have done this to the best of my ability. Are you using your available resources to maximize your skill sets in this area, in this field that you are just being put in? If your answer is yes, then I will go to bat for you. And ever since that those changes occurred, I felt like it's been nothing but success from my S1, which is my admin, my S2, who's my operation, my S3, who's my intel, my maintenance guy, my transportation guy. It's been nothing but success, and I felt like it wasn't my doing. If there's young men and women, some older, if they were not receptive to the change, or they did not feel like it was something that needed to be done, or they did not feel like it's very important to the success of the mission, or to the success of our health and welfare and mission readiness, it would not have been done. If I did not portray the leadership abilities, if I didn't have that inspired vision to make the change, and in the process of making the change, I was willing to fail before I succeed. I think that was one of the important factor that really kind of drove it in, because they knew that I had a vision, that I had goals that needs to be met, and at the end of the day, it is all for the success of our company. It is all for the success of our unit. And it wasn't, and when the metrics when the metrics reflect the success of the plans that I put forth, what did I do? I did not take credit for anything. Rather, I deflect the credit onto my subordinates. Because another thing a general officer told me, I mean, not me personally, but a group of young officers, is when everything goes good, deflect the praise, deflect the accomplishment, deflect the accolades to your subordinates. But when everything goes bad, you want to shoulder the blame. And it's one of the things that that I feel like I've used throughout my young officership career, and so far it has helped me tremendously, and it's been wonderful so far, and and hopefully the more knowledge that I gain from this course can even propel me to be able to even be a better leader, as well as as well as get more accomplished as a company commander, going up to battalion commander, brigade commander, and so on and so forth. So I like I said, I really do like the fact that I can get in front of a video, in front of a camera, and kind of pour it out. And it also helps me, when I get in front of my soldiers, that I can properly articulate what I'm trying to get across to my soldier. And thank you for listening, and I'm looking forward to your response. All right.